Hello Year 7s. Okay, so this today is amazing. Index laws, you're going to be blown away. You know already squares and cubes and square roots and cube roots. So you know that a squared means a times a, right? You know that 5 cubed means 5 times 5 times 5, right? And you can work it out if you want to. P cubed means p times p times p. So that's pretty easy. But what about if you want to look super clever? Now this looks really hard, but wait for it. 5 cubed times 5 to the power of 5. Now technically, you could do it out long, this will take you ages. You could do 5 times 5 times 5, that's your 5 cubed, times by 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which equals 5 to the power of what? 5 to the power of 8. Easy. Now, how to get straight from that to that? What do you notice about the powers and the answer that you just did all this hard work for? So if we had, let's say we had g to the power of 6 times g to the power of, I don't know, 3. We could do it out long. You'd have g times g times g times g times g times g loads of times. Or, what's the link? How did we get 8? If you're multiplying, you can simply say g to the power of 6 plus 3, which is g to the power of 9. And that saves you so much time. Same works for divide by. So let's say you had, well, you know how you do 8 divided by 2. So if you've got a fraction divided by 8 divided by 2, how many 2's are in the top and how many 2's are in the bottom? We can cancel it down and we end up with 4 over 1, which is 4. So we all know about how to do fractions. But what if you've got, let's say, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 8 on the top, divided by 2 to the power of 5 on the bottom. So that looks complicated. What it actually is 2 times 2 times 2, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 7 times 2, divided by 2 to the power of 5. That's it out long. Look at this. 2 divided by 2 cancels out. 2 divided by 2 cancels out. Cancels out. Cancels out. Cancels out. And you're actually left with 2 to the power of 3. Now, how could you see the 8 and the 5, the power of 8 and power of 5, making power of 2? What do you think we do? Yeah, we minus them. So if I gave you a question that was even harder, let's say we've got 7 to the power of 10 divided by 7 to the power of 4, tell me straight away to the answer. Well, what did we do when we divided by the powers? Yeah, we minus them. So we would get 7 to the power of 6. You're right. No big long working out required. You can go straight to the answer. So what I'd like you to write down in your books is that when multiplying powers with the same base, they have to have the same base number, that number, it has to be the same thing, this works with the same base. What do? When multiplying, we add the powers. When dividing, we minus the powers. There we go. And that is the key for today's lesson. So what I'd like you to do is to get that written into your books and carry on with the My Maths exercise that I've set for you. This is some really hard stuff, which is actually easy, so you can make yourself look really clever. Bye.